Every time surgeons walk into the operating room, they have a patient's life in their hands. They worry about accuracy, safety, and communication. But do they worry about fire? NBC's chief medical editor, Dr. Nancy Snyderman, is here to explain that. Nancy, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt. I think the obvious answer is not enough, because surgeons rarely realize that something like this could happen to them. But an increase in the rate of surgical fires has led the FDA to create a new surgical fire safety initiative. And now a warning, some of the images you're about to see may be disturbing. 4 years ago, 20-year-old Lauren Wargo went in for a simple outpatient procedure to have a mole removed. But that simple surgery changed her life forever. She woke up from surgery to searing pain and secondary burns on her face and much of her neck.
I kind of heard the doctor telling my dad that there had been an accident. I couldn't see anything.
Lauren is not alone. An estimated 650 surgical fires occur every year, and experts think the actual number is higher because only 27 states are obligated to report them. When a surgeon walks into an operating room, the possibility of a surgical fire is rarely on his or her mind. But for anesthesiologist Dr. Cowles, it's a subject he knows all too well.
I worked as a firefighter and a paramedic for 14 years. As a firefighter, you're concerned about what's going to be the safest way to do a dangerous job. And that's not unlike it is in the operating room, where every day we perform procedures that could be dangerous, and we need to explore the safest way to do that.
He calls it the trifecta, something as simple as oxygen, alcohol prep, and an electric cautery device can ignite a fire.
Fire! Fire! There's a basic simple chemistry and physics principle that when three elements are combined, then a fire occurs. Likewise, if you remove any one of those elements, it makes it impossible for a fire.
Ignition sources, which are often under the control of the surgeon.
Dr. Cowles has dedicated his career to educating surgical staff about fire risks in the operating room.
Typically, there's about 3 to 5 deaths that occur a year.
Before coming to MD Anderson Cancer Center, his colleague, Dr. Nancy Perrier, learned about fire safety the hard way.
The flames were at least 6 to 8 feet high, and the correct actions to take were unknown to everyone in the operating room. The patient survived the operation, but died about 30 days later of complications of significant pulmonary injury.
A death, Dr. Cowles says, is almost 100% preventable. Lauren's injury may have been more superficial, but it took her weeks before she worked up the courage to look in the mirror. She was horrified by what she saw.
When you're walking around with an open wound on your eye and scars on your face, it's hard to say that looks don't matter, because it gets into your self-esteem.
With time, therapy, and lots of makeup, her scars are almost invisible. But she will deal with eye problems and emotional scars for the rest of her life. Still, she feels lucky to be alive and has become an advocate for other victims who were not as fortunate.
Could have been so much worse. And for a lot of people it is. And so it's important to me that what happened to me doesn't happen to other people.
It's a real problem that doctors say you have to understand. One, ask your doctor, are you at risk? Surgeons and anesthesiologists out there, know your OR procedures and how can you take care of this in the OR. And again, if something goes wrong, the one thing we rarely do in the medical profession is we give an explanation to a patient and we say, we're sorry. That apology can go a long way, Matt.
I'd never heard
No
about
apology or
this.
explanation was given to her.
Wow, it's unbelievable. Nancy, thanks very much. Appreciate it.